I'd like to start out with the 1% and the 2% rule. Can you explain to the viewers a little bit what that's all about?
Well, yes, and I probably came from a different perspective, which was the lumber industry, so it maybe gave me a fresh look at this from an outside viewpoint. But way back in 1999, when I got onto Le Metropole and GATA, it was Bill Murphy who was always very irritated at this $6 collar. And
The price of gold would rise no more than $6 in any given day.
Correct.
Yeah.
And it would just, like a wounded duck, just fall right at $6. And it was really curious to me, as in being in the lumber and lumber hedging and lumber trading, how that happened. And I wanted to identify that. And what suddenly occurred to me, almost as an epiphany, was that it was a percentage they were utilizing, which was 2% of, at the time, roughly $300 gold.
Mm-hmm.
So to test that theory, I thought, well, then if gold does rise and it becomes $400, we should be seeing an $8 collar. Mm-hmm. And sure enough, it showed up. Gold would just stop at $8. And then later on, at $600 gold, it would stop at $12. Or the 1% or 2% was its daily limit. So then I started discovering.
Just to confirm, it was a daily limit when people were coming in to stop the price from going any further, even if there was good demand or reasons why one would expect the gold price to continue rising.
Yeah, it was irrespective of fundamentals, technicals, physical demand, stories coming out of the news. It was irrespective of everything. It was when gold got to 1%, or rarely 2%, but when it got there, that was all that was allowed.
Just give up the ghost in terms of any price movement. And then you were saying you discovered after that?
And I discovered that there were other trading bands on other key indicators of inflation expectations. Mm-hmm. And I think even now that the Dow, although this week it violated that rule, and that's a red flag to me, but when the Dow would fall, they had a plunge protection enforced that it was roughly a 1% or a 2% plunge, that they would support equities.
This is the so-called Greenspan put?
Yeah, exactly.